See. Oh, Angels won again tonight.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Oh, the pitcher?
From the end zone, here comes Williams.
Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, wait, I got the ball first? Oh, damn. What do you mean? Oh, I'm set 7-7. I'm holding my own right now. Yeah.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. A throw there.
Oh, come on! Already.
And clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
They're going to try and throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals.
Woo!
As they manage to convert.
I'm going, damn!
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
I will take that.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The Bengals now at 2-5 to start play. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Damn it! Really?
It's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Browns are going to take this.
That's some bullshit. Oh, is someone hurt on your squad?
Mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
A 1st down carry for Henry. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that
Catch that ball.
when you think this way. So
Ooh, yeah.
well to make it work for this team. I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up.
Take your 3 points.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Oh.
It's no good. Wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game.
You might have overcompensated there for being on the right hash because you got to make sure you get the angle right. But that time he started it too far left and winds up hooking it way too far.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And the catches for him, they just keep piling up. Charles, that's now 1,031 catches for his career. Ties him with Steve Smith.
Yeah, and he plays the game the same way Steve did, with pride, with determination, some would say with anger. And that edge has given him the ability to catch 1,031 passes.
They give to Mixon to try to pick
Oh, come on.
And that one going nowhere for
Mixon, you son of a...
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it here. Completes it to Fant on the right side.
Damn. Wow. Wow. I didn't think that would work. I audibled into that shit. Oh, come on.
Up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. That result really no surprise. That's what we're becoming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s purple people eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. He'll drop to throw.
Oh, come on.
Team, and it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Browns are going to
Damn it.
back at their own 17.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
They go play action with Burrow. And right side, Henry's got it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look
Is he hurt?
before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a right spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he is going to have a Browns first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A run there with Henry as he gets forward only for about 3. Second down coming up.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Burrow. He's taken down. Aaron Donald and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line?
Oh, come on.
He's having his troubles.
Oh, that's some bullshit right there.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move.
That's some bullshit.
That's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And exactly how fast was he going? According to Next Gen Stats, 21.7 miles per hour. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line.
Damn.
Further.
All right.
The Bengals drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were...
What the fuck?
Another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked
Oh,
up
fuck.
Reed, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
This is some bullshit.
This is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13.
I want to hear about your bullshit.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because it's been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
What the hell?
That's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little.
And I can't even get any separation.
It was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That's going to be caught by Alley Cox. He's got room at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now, Bengals on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Let's go. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Mixon again. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon.
Finally.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are back within a score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now 13-7. They're down with a great score. Still 1st half. But they're going to line up for the onside kick. Now the Browns will use their 1st timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
At least I made you burn off a timeout there.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Here we go. The Browns drive about to get started. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now it's Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Jet sweep. Here's Watson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. On 2nd and 12, Burrow. And he will find...
Oh, come on!
Touchdown!
Really, guys?
Curtis Samuel, his second touchdown on the season, and they are able to add on to their advantage.
That was like holding right there.
Out there, not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get
Oh,
into
this
the end
guy.
zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still.
Yeah, it should have been picked.
You want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Oh, that's true. You've said that before. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits.
Oh, come on. How are you doing that?
Time today. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. Boy, so another interception.
That's some bullshit.
He's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him run through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Now they've got three tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. Burrow going to keep it on the sneak. And he'll get in.
Of course.
For the touchdown. Joe Burrow scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front. Have the field general, the leader, just falling behind him.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well.
That's some bullshit right there.
To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, what the fuck? He wasn't even near there. Shit. He's all the way on the other. That's some bullshit.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Some bullshit.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Inside handoff.
Look at that. That's some bullshit. I'm done. I'm so done with this game.
All the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Elliott now to add the extra point. the 26. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
You're right.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll look to throw here on first down. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 26-yard line. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at.
And my goodness, another interception. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Come on, that's some bullshit. When I throw it, it's an interception. You throw it, that's some bullshit.
This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Caught on a slant.
Of course.
Browns. Juwan Johnson from 6 yards away. And the Browns are able to add on to their first half lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the rout is on here in this first half. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Can't do shit.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. DeAndre Hopkins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for two here. They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a second quarter onside kick. Oh, and the Bengals look like they got it back. They did. Bengal football. So the onside kick is recovered. You know, I always thought
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick.
I don't want to hear it.
Very tough things to do.
Takes a lot of fortitude.
Yeah, you are.
Position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. Flushed out right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
Where's the pass interference on that? Come on.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead.
Oh, it went out of bounds. Oh, damn.
So unsuccessful there on the onside kick.
Almost had you, though.
Position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Running left, it's Henry. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Burrow.
Oh, you almost had that. Of course, if it was your guys, he would have intercepted it.
Running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In
fuck
this
you.
case, when it arrived, it wasn't a
No, I hear that, okay?
batted away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Burrow. Over the middle, complete.
Oh, come on.
He is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Come on, you have got to be.
Shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
Draw play. This is Henry.
Yeah, draw that.
Line up along loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Burrow. He's going to get this one out to his fullback.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the foul.
Can we block this long enough?
And he's going to go down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed.
What the fuck? He didn't even have position on him. That's some bullshit.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them.
I'm so fucking done with this game.
They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
He got 29 yards at
Meanwhile, yeah, that's some bullshit.
That last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career, and that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that, and even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Because of course.
2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
11 MT, tape. 11 MT, stop.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And now they will throw it with Burrow. The quick slant caught. Touchdown.
Of course. That's some bullshit.
A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Browns are pouring it on. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's so much fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and
nowhere to go here. He lost
Of
the
course.
football.
What the hell?
Picked up by the Browns. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Yeah, the Browns are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Whoa! Stop!
Henry is into the end zone for
Of course.
touchdown. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Isn't that nice? Your backups can suck a pair too.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve?
Wow, hitting me late and stuff out of bounds. What's up with that?
You have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Once again, they run with Mixon. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Look, you gotta be shitting me.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Browns are going to get this back to their own 34-yard
You gotta be shitting me on that one.
It's his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
111 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
On 2. 11 mighty.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Steps away. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
On one, ready?
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
The Browns on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Burrow will throw. This is caught. Touchdown,
Yes, of course.
Browns. Curtis Samuel with career touchdown number 60. And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Quick throw into the hands of Hopkins out wide. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Mixon with a first down carry. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. Defensively, Ogbonnia Okoronkwo made the stop. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Of course.
My goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he takes this
Can't
one
do
back
shit.
into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd and 2. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. That one a first down pickup of 8. They'll look to throw here.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And now here's
Pass interference like a mug. Bullshit.
by DJ Reed. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick six.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several.
And, my goodness, another. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that?
I don't want to hear it. This oh my God stuff. Oh my God, really? You? Wow. This guy. Number one bullshit guy.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with a football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away.
Oh, you gotta be joking.
Interception picked off by DJ Reed.
And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Hill. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 2. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Bengals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard.
No, you mean I actually got some?
He gets his first touchdown pass. That's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception. That's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half...
That was like pass interference like a mug. Wouldn't even let him through. What the hell?
Some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting.
That's what I'm saying. Shoot.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Looking for Hopkins, and he's got him on the crossing route. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Yeah, you ain't running that one back. Kiss my ass.
Another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Here's Hill again on second down. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 23. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on third and just a yard.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
They'll try and run for it with Hill. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Hurt! Hurt! Right there, hurt!
They'll go with Hill here on first down. Brought down at the 20.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Go track! Go track! Ready?
On second down, Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And here's Collins on third down. Quick completion here to Johnson. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Ready, break! Hurt!
Going again on the ground here with Hill. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big.
Well, how do you get a first and goal from that? That's some bullshit.
Now a timeout called for by the offense.
You know that was bullshit.
They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll try and sneak it here, and they are going to score.
You know that was some bullshit.
Another touchdown as
as they just add to their totals. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And
Yeah,
Charles,
this
I
was
think we can
bullshit.
start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
I got screwed left and right on this game. I hate this game.
And sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
I don't think you guys have your all Madden settings on. I think you guys are on like easy or all pro or something like that. I do.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? And now here is another interception.
You gotta be shitting me.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Well, I ain't even say it's a good game because it wasn't. It's some bullshit game. That's what it was. It wasn't even friendly. It was bullshit. This was a bullshit game.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely.
Could have kissed my ass.
And they took advantage of every second.
Talk about could have.
Popcorn for everyone in their film session.
Was that? Oh man, nah. Dude, dude, you were. I couldn't even get a pass completed because you're. This bull. Yeah. Well, even I couldn't do drags because they were getting hung up in one side of the thing during the route runs. Like, come on now. I couldn't do anything. Of course they would be. I'll play my game later. We'll do. Yeah, I get Dallas next. Oh, nice. Yeah, he didn't even say anything. He's like stealth mode or something. Good Lord, another football game broke out today. I don't know, but do you see what's the Cubbies doing tonight? 18-3 in Sacramento. Yeah. Scoring summary. Okay. Mm. I got Swanson of the. Let's see. Swanson got a home run. Got a double. Scored a run. Dang. Yeah, 18-3. Player stats. Dabney Swanson. What did he get? 2 for 5. 3 RBIs. 2 runs scored. And a walk. And a home run. Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm saying. Let's see. What do I look like in the fantasy league? 7-7. I have. It's neck and neck. Huh? Mm. Yeah. That's what it is. It's just slow starts for some of these people. And he has what? Like he's picked up pitchers left and right. What the hell? Well, and he has one person on the IL already. My opponent. No, my opponent. Your brother, the Uprising. Yeah. Boy, good lord. No, he kept Acuna. No, Cole's out. Cole's out for the year. Yeah, he dropped him. So no, he has. Let's see. Let's see. I'm leading on runs, on doubles. He picked up a triple somewhere. I got home runs and RBIs. He's kicking my ass in stolen bases though, and I'm beating him in average and OBS, OBP, I guess. Yeah. He's pitched more innings than I have, but I have 2 wins to his 1 win. But all the other, basically, he's beaten me in the pitching categories. He got saves, strikeout, strikeouts, ERA, and Ks through 9. So yeah, yeah, he did. So he's pitcher heavy. So I think I'll be good though. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and two of my players were benched for the past couple days because they had minor injuries, I guess. And that was who was that? Ramirez had banged up his wrist, but he's back in the lineup. And then Joe Adell's day to day too. So, yeah, good times. They've won four in a wait, three in a row already now. Because they lost opening day 8-1 to Chicago, but then they've um, won three straight one run games. Yeah, yeah. Pitching's pitching's been good so far. So we'll see. Meanwhile, the Dodgers just lighting people up left and right. They beat Atlanta 6-1 today, and Atlanta's like 0-5 already. 0, yeah, like I did not expect that. Mm, yeah. Well, like I said, your brother has Acuna on the IL, and he's what their second baseman, and then Mike has Profar that's on a 80 game suspension. Like, oh, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Shoot, I better pick up a different. I need to get a different reliever then, if that's the case, because I have Iglesias on Atlanta, and he hasn't had any save opportunities yet. I'm thinking, oh, it's Atlanta. They'll get some wins. They'll get some saves. Like, yeah. No, they get off the gate 0-5. Like, oh damn. That's true. It's still early, like you said. So we'll see if they can switch that around. I gotta see if I could get to Sacramento somehow. Get one of those games in, huh? Yeah. Yeah. That'd be cool. I think so. Yeah, didn't they? th- Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Mm. Oh, okay. Right. Hmm. It's a 6-hour drive to get up there. Not too bad. Yeah. Well, maybe I can get this game in real quick. Probably. F. Joe Burrow. Truman, where were you? Talk shit.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in week 9? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here the
Oh, I'm bad-mouthing you guys from now on.
for the first time.
I'm done being nice.
And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Thompson fakes the handoff. Now going to throw it.
There you go.
Down he goes.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek. And we'll take a look.
Yeah, he loves the blitz.
They'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early second and long they're facing.
Another try after the first down sack.
Thompson.
How?
He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel.
And he'll be taken
Yeah.
down, but not before they work it across.
All right, I'm done.
It's a gain of 34.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week.
16 carries, 93 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Thompson.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Wow, they actually did sound of paper ripping on my broadcast.
Native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So out comes the offense now with a
Yeah.
long field ahead of them.
Talk about their offensive line.
By their second-year quarterback.
Oh, you gotta be joking.
It's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
On second down, a run with ETN.
This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. Given 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Thompson going to throw it. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
So nothing doing there. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way.
All right, I only gave up 3 points.
And lost yardage.
roster, only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
The numbers for Mixon last week: 15 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game. One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Come on.
The target incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. Drop 5 straight coming in. So right now cherishing this lead. And they've got the football as well. 1st and 10.
All right. Yeah, I got it on right now. I never stopped ours. All right, we'll do. Later.
Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early.
And that's caught inside the 30.
Come on.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And some room to work. Touchdown, Cowboys. Travis Etienne, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it, but the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride it maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off with a long touchdown run. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Gets this one to Juszczyk.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
The Bengals at 2-6 now on the year. They come in losers at 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. 3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
He'll look to throw.
On the slant, complete to Hopkins. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. On the move to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't roll out the...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
I give up.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10, here's Thompson.
The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
First down, Thompson. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield.
So he stopped for no gain, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on 2nd down.
Thompson.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. Touchdown, Cowboys. Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown on the season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They keep this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 17-0 our score. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll drop to throw.
Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Rolling to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted. Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Thompson will look to the air on first down. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion.
Touchdown,
I'm
Cowboys!
so done with this.
Dawson Knox, 55 yards.
And the Cowboys continue to pull away here in this first half.
Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Oh, you got to be joking.
For the 4th time today, Derwin James with a pick. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and a rout is on here in this first half.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Pete Werner.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Thompson looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. 2nd and 1. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Look at the big man rumble. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe, but I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
And not much happening on the return as we get this to about the 23.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They're going to try and throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Back to throw again.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Thompson, and that's taken in. It's B.C. Johnson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
to the air again. Thompson. ETN bringing in another one. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Shotgun on third down. Here's Thompson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So more of the same here, CD. Not a touchdown, but 3 more points added on to their lead.
Yeah, it's been a total domination here in this first half. Offensively, defensively, even the special teams have chipped in as he connects on the field goal. It may be a little bit premature, but I think the only thing they're worried about dominating now, the post-game meal.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Cowboys will take over possession here up at the 44. What a nightmarish game he's having now. Interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. 2nd and 2. Here's Thompson. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this. Pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out and take pride in your work and try and put something together here in the second half.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Out to his left. That's going to be caught by Ali Cox. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. I don't know
know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Pete Werner picks up his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. Now Etienne to start the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. He gets it left side to Johnson. Down inside the 10. Touchdown. B.C. Johnson, 35 yards. And the Cowboys extend their lead yet again. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Bengals drive about to get going. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw.
Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
On play action, they'll throw. Steps up, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right.
Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 7. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. DeAndre Hopkins. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bengals are able to at least get 1 score back.
Tucker with the extra point. So they do get 1 score back, but still need a way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie. Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Cowboys,